the imputation of income and not taking into consideration of other things and the surrounding circumstances around that. And just I just came across the new child support guidelines that came out uh last year, and that's the first time they updated it in over 10 years, right? And going through it, not knowing at the time when this action took place that, there's multiple worksheets for them to use. But by default, they use the sole custody, even though I had custody, we had split sharing custody at that time. You know what I mean?
So
And it's just like,
it would come down to making sure that we notice, for those who not just in our group, because we have an idea of how to do these things now. You make sure you raise an issue so that you don't waive an issue.
wait, exactly. And let me just clarify too. Like, although we were sharing custody and I had custody of my son at the time, it wasn't formal through a court process. That was private. You know what I mean, between me and her.
But that may apply as
And
well, though. In Florida, it
it,
would.
it, exactly, and that's what I'm saying. None of this was considered at all. None of it was even asked. It's a lot of stuff like we talked about before. Like, these people are not transparent at
Uh,
all.
I don't say disparaging things about attorneys or public officials necessarily on this platform. Um, I may cover some facts, but
Well,
I guess
and
we all get your point. Yeah, I know because some people may have seen me at city council, so I'll say that with that in the background, and also have seen me in court as well. But the MJ, you had this thing about incompetence, and you're a business professional. Actually, everybody on here, for the most part, is a business professional, and you share with me your frustrations. You might want to share. You want to share them with people with how some of these errors as you started to notice it. And keep in mind, Mike, that you have a master's degree as well.
Yeah.
You are high
Now,
intelligent, and the things that just set you off through the process.
now, my biggest frustration is like anybody. I mean, let's take out of the realms of traditional education and go with like an artist. If you have something that you work at every day, this is your profession, this is what you do. Various mistakes after decades of work or various several years of work at this, after you become a professional and went to school for certain things, you just shouldn't be making those same mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Like if you went to school for painting and you're not supposed to paint outside the lines, several years into you know professional painting, you would think that you know how to paint within the lines. You know what I mean? So just to make it kind of simple without really killing nobody on the Zoom is like it is like, how do I practice something daily? This is something that I went to school for. This is something that I've been certified in. I took an oath as well to have obligations to my client and to the justice system. And I disregard those things on a day to day basis. You know what I'm saying? Like I take somebody who work at Walmart and they're a cashier,